If you love using a notepad to organize your tasks because it's simple to use, but you also need like a digital planner on days when you don't have this with you, I have the perfect app for you. And I'm going to rate this app above other popular apps out there. I know this video is not sponsored, so keep watching as I walk you through how I use the app to plan my weekly tasks. I'm so excited to have you here. My name is Adebola. I work as a full-time data analyst. I create YouTube videos and I'm studying a one-year data science program with ALX Africa. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how I use the structured app to plan my weekly tasks and also share some of my favorite features of the app with you. One good thing about this app is that the free version is enough to keep you on track, but if you want more features, you can always opt in for their premium version, which costs less than $5 a month. Another cool thing about this app is how it syncs your tasks across all your devices. So your MacBook, your phone, your watch, and you can easily just alternate between these devices. And I also love the color coding feature of the app because it just makes your tasks look visually appealing. Without wasting time, let's get into creating my weekly tasks using this app. But before I get into the app, one of the things I usually do is to self-reflect on what I did in the past week and really just see what I can, improve on or what I should do better in the new week. Then when I'm done with this, self-reflection, I do like a brain dump where I just list out all the tasks that I need to do for the new week. I also try to check like my calendar for any major events that will be happening in the week or if there are like any public holiday across the country. So without wasting time, let's get into creating my weekly tasks using this app. So using the app to plan my weekly tasks, the first thing you definitely need to do is to download the app on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. I downloaded the app on both my phone and also my MacBook, but I'll be using my MacBook to walk you through on how to use this app. And when you have the app downloaded, the first thing you also need to remember that we've done like the brain dumping rather, where I listed all the tasks that I need to do for the week, so I have an idea of what to do. Then the first thing you need to do is to come to this plus icon here. This is what you will use to create the tasks. And when I come here, the first thing I want to do on a work day is definitely to like wake up, right? And I honestly like to also curate and also track some of those little tasks because it's also helped me to see what contributed to me having a productive day or not. And when I give my task a name, you can see this cute icon here, and you can also double click to select another one, and you can even scroll down to see more options, but I think I love this third one and I will just go with it. Then when you're done, you click continue. Right, for me, on most times during the workday, I usually wake up around 3:45 a.m. And that's what I would just choose here, right? And I want to get up in like a minute, right? So I'll just select this 3:40. So when I scroll down, you can see that the app is asking me how long I want to do this task. Like I said, 1 minute is fine, but if you want more than that, you can always play around with some of the presets that they have here. And if say you want to do a task for like 2 hours, which the 2 hours time is not here, just click on this more, and you can and you can insert the number of hours here manually. Then when you're done, just click this cross icon here. But for me, it's just 1 minute, and I'll just select this 1 minute. Then when you scroll down again, you can see that this part is really just you playing around with the colors on how your task should look, right? You can select this color, you can see how the color changed, and if you even want more colors, you can click on this color board, right, to even select more colors for your task. You can see as I'm selecting the different colors, all this, they're changing. But I think I love this, and I'll just stick with that. And when you're done, just double click outside the color board, right? Then when I scroll down, the app is asking me how often do I want this task. It's a work day, so I definitely want to wake up at this time, Monday to Friday. So I'm going to select weekly. But I also don't want to be waking up, 3:40 a.m. on a Saturday or on a Sunday. So you can also select the days of the week that you actually want this task to come up, or like you also want to select the days that you actually want to do this task. So I'm going to select Monday to Friday, which is like my work week. Then when you scroll down, you can see this alert thing. I actually don't use this, but if you want the app to remind you, 5 minutes before the task, you can always select this. Then the final thing here in creating your task is the subtask, which I think is a very good feature, right? So let's say I'm waking up, I also want to meditate. You can also just put that here, right? And when you click on like this next button, you can always add as many subtasks as possible. Maybe when you wake up, you also want to, read an article or something. And when you're done, you can just click on this create task, and you can see that it has created for me. Then when I go to Tuesday, you can see it has created it for me, and I don't need to like be doing this for each of the day. And that's really how to create tasks. Then another cool thing I also love about the tasks, which honestly got me fascinated, is how when you create a task, you can also click this checkbox here to track the tasks that you've completed or not. And when you're doing like your weekly tasks in the new week, you can easily see the tasks that you've completed, and you can also you can just see the areas you need to improve on in the new week. So if I go to some of my tasks, which I will show you shortly, so you can see on this day, you can see all the tasks I want to do. I want to wake up, I intend to do my morning prayers, study, and you can see that when I check this box, it crossed out the task, right? And in the new week, I can easily see the task that I completed or the one that I need to like improve on. And that's really how to create tasks. Then another cool thing about the app is also how you can use their AI feature. This is still in the beta stage rather. I tried using it, but I honestly didn't enjoy it that much. But you can always just try it out and see if it works for you. And how this works is for you to record yourself, and the app is going to like create the task just like how I did it manually. It's going to create it for you. But when I used it, I still need to like do some edits. But like feel free to like also try this out, right? Then the third thing I also really love about, and you can also see how the color coding makes your tasks look really nice, right? Then another thing I also love about the app is, let's say you have a list of tasks that you also want to do, but you have no idea of when you actually want to do it. So if you come to this side, you can use this plus icon here, to create a task that you don't have like a timeline. So let's say I want to call my mom, but I don't have like an idea of when I want to call her. So just put the task here, then click on this continue. It also asks you how long. If you don't know how long, you can also leave this. And when I click on this create task, you can see the task being created for me here, right? These are some of the tasks that I've done in the past. And I mean, you can see this message Tina, this calling my boyfriend, and when you're done, so this call my mom thing that I just mentioned now, if let's say I've actually called her, you can always click on this complete checkbox here, right, and click this icon here, and when I come to my completed task, this will have crossed the task out. Then another thing you also need to know is, so let's say you've created a task but you want to like edit something, right? I mean, like this one, I didn't write the name of the article well. You can always come to this edit task here, right? Then when I scroll down, I can easily, you know, edit this. Then I click on update task, and it will also ask me, do I want to, you know, update the task for this particular day or for all my tasks, or like for my future tasks. But I think I'm going to select for all tasks, and this will be updated. Yeah, I think that's pretty it for the app. Then I think one last thing I would say is around like the settings and the general look and feel of the app itself. And you can do some customization to it. Like I said, I don't want any alerts. I don't need the app to remind me, because I think I'm disciplined to know what I need to do. But if you want to, or if you need like extra push, please feel free to like put this on. Then when you come to this customization, you can also play around on how you want the app to look, right? So there is the full. So for the full, this is how the app will look. If this is something you want, you can always go for this. Then there is simplified. I'm currently using this simplified, and you can use this minimal, and this is how the minimal will look. You can always play around with things and see which one works best for you. Same thing for the background too. There's the system. This is how it will look, very dark, but I think I like the light one, which is what I'm currently using. And you can also try out this dark, which I think is the same as the system anyways. You can also play around with the font. I think they have just two, and I think I like what I'm currently using, so I will leave it as it is. Then you can also play around with the font size, right, by just dragging this thing. And when you're done, just, you know, click this icon, and it will take you back to this initial page. Some advanced features. You can also select the first day of your week by clicking this drop down rather, right? For me, I select Monday because it makes sense for me. But if you think your first day of the week should be Sunday, so you can always click this, and it will automatically change to Sunday as your first day of the week. For language, definitely English. I've never tried to change it to another language. For this backup is when you want all your tasks to be, you know, backed up in the cloud. I've never used this energy monitor. I switch on the structured cloud because I want all my tasks to be saved, you know, in the cloud. Then the final thing here is this reset app, where if you want to, like, if you've been using the app for a while but you want to start from afresh and you don't want all your past tasks to be on your calendar, when you click on this reset app, it's going to delete all your previous tasks for you, and you will have like a blank calendar. Then when you're done, just click on this done. I mean, there are other features here which you can always play around with, but I think that's pretty it for this app. I hope this makes sense. I hope you'll be using it. This has really made my planning really interesting and more efficient in like tracking, and also, you know, just see what I'm doing well and what I need to improve on. Let me know if you're going to be using this app, and thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.